The adventurers stood at the tower's base. It pierced the stormy sky, a jagged silhouette against the roiling clouds. Wind howled like a banshee, whipping their cloaks. This was no ordinary place. This was the Tower of Nightmares. The group consisted of 4 brave souls. Reginald, the seasoned knight, his face etched with past battles. Ilara, a sorceress with eyes that glittered with arcane knowledge. Torin, a young boy eager to prove himself. And Lyra, a seasoned tracker, her senses sharp as her daggers. They had heard the whispers, legends of the tower that fed on fear, transforming it into reality. They were prepared, or so they thought. The tower's depths were a labyrinth of cold, damp stone. Torches flickered, casting grotesque shadows that danced with every gust of wind. The air grew heavy, thick with the stench of decay and the unspoken dread that seeped from the very walls. They were deep within the belly of the beast. A sudden tremor shook the ground, splitting their path into 2.
Lyra, take Torin. Find another way around. We'll meet back at the heart of the tower.
Lyra nodded, her hand firmly grasping Torin's. They ventured deeper into the darkness, the echoes of their companions fading behind them. The path Lyra and Torin chose was a narrow passage, the walls slick with moisture. A low growl resonated from the darkness ahead. Torin whimpered, clutching at Lyra's hand.
Don't be afraid,
she whispered, her voice betraying her own growing fear. Then they saw them. Grotesque figures shambled out of the shadows, their eyes glowing with malevolent glee. They were the stuff of nightmares, twisted parodies of humans and beasts. One lunged, its claws bared. Torin screamed, a high-pitched wail that echoed through the passage. And then something terrifying happened. Torin began to shrink. He was a young boy no more, but a helpless infant, his cries echoing in the darkness. Section 4, The Price of Fear. Lyra fought back, her daggers flashing in the dim light. But for every monster she struck down, 2 more seemed to rise in its place. Despair clawed at her. She was losing, and the fear was taking its toll. Lyra felt a coldness spread through her, starting from her heart and spreading outwards. She looked down at her hands. They were wrinkled, age spots appearing as she watched. Her hair turned white, brittle strands falling around her face. Her vision blurred, her knees buckled. The tower was feeding off her fear, draining her life force. Section 5, Hope's Last Flicker. The monsters closed in, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. Lyra lay helpless, her aged body racked with pain. Infant Torin lay beside her, his cries now weak whimpers. This was it. This was the end. Suddenly, a blinding light filled the passage. A wave of energy blasted the creatures back, throwing them against the walls like rag dolls. Reginald and Ilara appeared, their faces grim.
We felt a surge of dark energy.
Ilara gasped, rushing to Lyra's side.
We knew you were in danger.
Reginald scooped up Torin, who had miraculously returned to his normal age, albeit unconscious. Ilara helped Lyra to her feet. They were weak, shaken, but alive. The heart of the tower awaited, and with it a chance to end this nightmare once and for all. But they knew deep down that the tower would never truly let them go. The fear, it seemed, was here to stay.